and I'm here to talk about my online classes. And this is the last day of my birthday sale that's been going on here for the past week. I'm offering 15% off all of my regular classes, and those run anywhere from 4 to over 5 hours long for each class. And there's lots to choose from. I've also put together different bundles of those classes, which are also 15% off. So use the code PARTYGIRL when you go to the checkout, and you will see that come off the price before you make your purchase. So please take advantage of this sale. It only happens a few times a year. And again, there's so many classes to choose from. This is my wall hanging from the beginner custom quilting class. And there are free instructions on how to make each one of these blocks and put this together. And the class is a quilt along. And the way that this class works is, first I teach different designs and we're drawing to practice. So there are PDFs of each of these blocks. There's 9 different blocks here. So each block you can print out a PDF that already has the quilting on there and you can trace the designs. There's also the same block printed out but without any of my quilting on it, and you can just practice or make up your own designs if you want. So I show 3 different design choices for each block. So we go through that in the class. I show that as we are drawing and practicing, just to give you lots of different options. And so once we go through each of those blocks with the different designs, then we go to the long arm and I show quilting the whole wall hanging. And I also have something else that I offer with this class in addition to purchasing the class. If you would like to, I have panels available for practice. So this is something else that you can purchase. This is a printed version, just a panel of this wall hanging. So this way you can purchase the panel and do all your practicing on the panel. Then once you decide what you want to do on it, or once you've practiced and you feel more confident, then you can go ahead and quilt the wall hanging that we've put together. So I want to make sure you know that these are available. You can find them on my site. You can always email me at quiltcoachchick@gmail.com, or if you're on Facebook, you can use Facebook Messenger and order one of these panels. We can work through PayPal or Venmo to get all that taken care of. And be sure to go to my site and check out all the different classes that I have. All of them are in for long arm quilting, and then I have 4 classes available for sit down quilting. So you can check all of those out. And please let me know if you have any questions about any of the classes. So they are all pre-recorded. You can watch them anytime. It's a self-paced class, so whenever you have time, that's when you can do the instructional videos, and you don't have to have a certain date or time available to take the classes. And they're also downloadable. That means you have lifetime access to them. You can just go to the site and watch them anytime, or if you want to download it and watch it later on, it doesn't matter. They're available on the site, and then they're also downloadable. So you have lifetime access to each of the classes. And I have lots of students that say, I've gone back and rewatched this, or I've rewatched that because I was going to work on a quilt and I needed a refresher. So that's something that students have really taken advantage of, is you can go back and rewatch any part of the class that you want to. The other thing I do have available is, let's say the Build Your Portfolio series. If you buy any of the classes in that series, on the course you'll see a link to the Facebook group. And there's a few questions you'll have to answer. And the link is there provided to join the Facebook group. And that way you can go there and share your pictures of what you're working on. Everyone in that group is going to be taking the same classes as you. And so I have that available for the different classes that are out there. So it's another way to connect and with me and with other students that are taking the same class. So let me know if you have questions. I'm here to answer those for you. I'm talking today also about my birthday sale. This is the last day of the sale. So you get 15% off. Use the code PARTYGIRL whenever you go to the checkout. And that's for all my regular classes and the regular class bundles that are available. And there's lots to pick from. The things that are not on sale are the mini classes. I have 2 mini classes that are not on sale. And then the panel and challenge classes are not on sale either. I'll be having a drawing tomorrow. So if you have purchased a class within this birthday sale, your name will be put into the drawing. If you purchased a bundle and there were 4 or 5 or 6 classes in that bundle, that's how many times your name will be added into the drawing. So the drawing will be for one of the mini classes. You get one of those for free, or if you want to pick one of the panel and challenge classes throughout the year. So you'll get a free one of those if your name is drawn. So this is the beginner custom quilting wall hanging. And let me know if you have any questions about that. I already talked about this. You can do the practice order, the practice panel, and do that as practice getting ready to do your entire wall hanging. So this is one of the classes I have available. I'm hoping and planning to do a intermediate custom class or something like that, possibly this summer or fall. That'll probably be my next long arm class that will be coming out. And I'm always anxious to hear from you guys. If there's something specific you would like to see in a class, please let me know. One of my favorite classes too is probably the beginner feather class. And if you've been watching my YouTube channel for very long, you'll know that I absolutely love to quilt feathers. And I remember the frustration when I first started out of trying to quilt feathers, and it just was not going well at all. They didn't look right. I couldn't figure out why they didn't look right. And but I finally got it, and I finally was able to quilt beautiful, beautiful feathers. And yes, there was a lot of time and practice put in, but I want to share all of that information with you of how to make your feathers look beautiful. And the beginner feather class, I teach 5 different feathers, and one of my favorite parts of that class is the troubleshooting section. So one thing I did was I had a few students send me their before pictures, so what their feather looked like before they took the class. Then they sent me pictures of what their feathers look like after taking the class. And to see the side by side of those pictures was pretty awesome to see the improvements with just watching the classes and then going back to their machine and trying all those tips and tricks that were shared. So that's one part of the troubleshooting. So I take their before pictures with their permission and go through the little things to tweak to really make a difference in the feathers. So I do that through multiple different students that had sent me their before pictures. And it's a great way to just see, because sometimes you could be quilting your feathers and you don't know what the issue is. But as we go through that troubleshooting section, it really helps to define what the problems are and how to fix those. And sometimes it's just something small that can really change the overall look of your feather. So that's a really awesome one to do if you are struggling a bit with your feathers. There's also the intermediate feather class. There's the feathers and shapes. There's the Dream Big panel class. That one has feathers in it as well. So lots of different feather classes to choose from. There's a couple different echo quilting classes. And if you watched my live the other day, I showed my simple borders class. And that one is in 2 different parts. And I show 28 different simple border designs. And you actually get a few bonus ones too. And that one, if you want to quilt along clear at the end of the class, I give instructions for the strip quilt. We do different width of strips to make a quilt, and I quilt that at the end. But throughout the class, I teach the designs on paper first, then we go to the machine and I just have you draw multiple size rectangles. And so we're practicing 4 of those border designs at a time, and I show you how to turn the corners and how to connect. So I show that for each of the 28 designs. It's very thorough. There's so much information in that simple borders class. I also show how to mark things, and we talk about spacing, and there's just so much information there. So let me know if you have any questions about my classes. You can always email me at quiltcoachchick@gmail.com, and I'd be happy to answer your questions or help you find the class that's going to be right for you or to help you with what you're struggling with. So um, please contact me if you have any questions about that. And I hope to do another live in a little bit here. I'm going to work on that quilt that I started the other day. And I'm doing a free motion design of clover flower, leaves, and curls. So you can be watching for that to come up this afternoon. It is beautiful here outside today, so I'm going to try to get outside for a little bit, but then I'll come back in and work on this quilt. So again, today's the last day of my birthday sale. Use the code PARTYGIRL, and you should see the description under this video. Sometimes you have to go to the 3 dots and go to the description, and you'll see the link to my online site for purchasing classes. So again, they're self-paced, they're lifetime access, and I can't wait to help you take your quilting to the next level. So let me know if you have questions for me. I'm happy to answer those. Thanks a lot for joining in today. And if you're watching the replay, be sure to, comment below and I'll answer your questions there or send me an email. So thanks a lot, everyone. Thank you to all those who have purchased a class during the sale or anytime previously. I really appreciate your support. I hope to continue to be able to produce more classes for you. And thanks so much for sharing the pictures when you are going through your class. And I love seeing what you're working on. I love seeing the progress. So thank you so much for joining in today for the live, and I will talk to you guys soon. All right, bye-bye.